I'm headed to the bus stop. Listen, here ain't no bitch assness. Left the haters in the dust, they past tense. This the movement, real life, so I ain't gotta prove shit. They sector is black, my sector is fact. See, this is the bus stop. I never gave a fuck about a bitch nigga or a bitch and roll a B and let the shit kick in. That's how it goes though. 4 flat tires, I'm still riding like I was in the Osmo. I'm far gone beyond reach. Shut them down once a peon speak. Prime time, I got Dion sleep. On the black top, words to the street. It's bus stop till the bullshit cease. Peace. I'm headed to the bus stop. Listen, here ain't no bitch assness. Left the haters in the dust, they past tense. This the movement, real life, so I ain't gotta prove shit. They sector is black, my sector is fact. See, this is the bus stop. I never gave a fuck about a bitch nigga or a bitch and roll a B and let the shit kick in. That's how it goes though. 4 flat tires, I'm still riding like I was in the Osmo. I'm far gone beyond reach. Shut them down once a peon speak. Prime time, I got Dion sleep. On the black top, words to the street. It's bus stop till the bullshit cease. Peace.
oxo la terre. La terre oxo.
I'm headed to the bus stop. Listen, here ain't no bitch assness. Left the haters in the dust, they past tense. This the movement, real life, so I ain't gotta prove shit. They sector is black, my sector is fact. See, this is the bus stop. I never gave a fuck about a bitch nigga or a bitch and roll a B and let the shit kick in. That's how it goes though. 4 flat tires, I'm still riding like I was in the Osmo. I'm far gone beyond reach. Shut them down once a peon speak. Prime time, I got Dion sleep. On the blacktop, words to the street. It's bus stop till the bullshit cease. Peace.
Jimmy, light us up. Excuse me. Chia.
It's all fucking super slushy outside. It went from snowing to soggy. Gonna have to make sure I put some fucking, what you call it, down later. Some salt. Cause I almost killed myself coming in and going out the house. And then I almost got hit by a car. And I was walking with my little one. She was like, "Oh my God, you see it?" She didn't realize I wasn't gonna move because she was standing right next to me, and if the car would have hit me, it would have hit both of us, but there was enough room to try to push her out the way. So, yep, I almost lost my legs. Yeah, that's the highlight of my day. Now I just gotta wait for traffic to die down to go drop off somebody's equipment, and yeah, I'm done for the day. But I might stall, I can't lie. I don't feel like going nowhere. It's all wet and sad looking outside. Every time it rains and looks all sad like that outside, I feel like that's what Russia looks like. I'd say. I'll get in this shit before the weather decided want to get everybody through a fucking loop and do some other off the wall shit. I gotta worry about that shit later. Trying to get my other screen out. There we go. Mel Davis. Got a new subscriber. Chill. Is it a fuckery person or is it a real person? Yeah, we got stuck with the shitty weather. Yeah, we don't have that privilege. We get to sit here and accept the fact that it's going to come out the sky. Get it out the way. Everything still carries on. Shit fucking sucks. It's all good though. It's temporary. Yeah, we got those. They give them yearly announcements at the school, telling the kids to watch out for them and all that shit. I don't know if it's shut down. I know it's a good time to buy if you don't mind taking a risk. Them motherfuckers went under 9,000. I mean, went under 10,000 if I'm not mistaken. Last I checked, they was at a rise of 16 stacks. So, don't be surprised if you hear about a few suicides if they don't fix this cryptocurrency situation. Let me see. But yeah, the last reports I had about, let me see, where's my phone at? I was sitting there laughing at people. Please, Lifecoin, don't do this to me. Like, so yeah, it's at 10.8 right now. So, like, I'm not willing to pay top dollar for some cryptocurrency. The way I've been getting it, I don't mind as long as fucking aggravating, but you don't take many losses. I already lost coins before. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So, yeah, I can't lie though. Like, if I would have still had a Bitcoin, just that one, I'd have tried to cash out on that motherfucker when it peaked. Because, depending on what you look into and what you read, like, it's a seasonal thing. That's the best I could say. Like, if you know where to look, you would have expected something to happen, not to this impact, but, like, if you was a big-time player, you would have known whether to move your money or not. So, yeah, earlier, let me see if I can pull this shit back up. They all took hits. So, yeah, Ripple, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin had motherfuckers crying. Bitcoin Cash. Ethereum, Classic, Ripple. So, yeah, Litecoin. So, yeah, motherfuckers is all fucked up in the game right now. Glad I ain't got nothing to lose in there. And their cap was, let me see, Bitcoin's cap was like, I forget. But yeah, right now, I sat there watching the fucking crashes. I was sitting there, had it on my screen earlier. Yeah, I can't say it's too right. And I was watching people just like slowly wither away in chat rooms and such, watching that line just keep going down and down and down. Like, some people really lost a nice chunk of cash in less than 30 minutes. Some people was able to get a couple thousand out of the deal, selling all this shit, but nobody's buying right now. If I could get my hands on some more, I would just sit on it, watch it grow and fucking decline. If it touches some crazy stack and shit. Bad day to be in the crypto world. But yeah, as far as 53 minutes ago, it says more than 125 million worth of Bitcoin is completely unspendable, thanks to massive fee initiation on the Bitcoin core chain. Meanwhile, BAC transactions are still 30,000% cheaper to send. Bad hit for them motherfuckers. But yeah, I'll look more into that shit later and see how much they cost. Don't be surprised if you see motherfuckers ready to kill themselves though, like it was a stock exchange crash. I lost everything! Yeah. Should've known. Everybody done left. It's all good. But that's crazy though. It really sucks for them people. Glad I didn't have a crazy amount of money and nothing. Real nice and high. But what was I saying? Yeah, people woke up today They felt like they was in the stock market crash. I have literally seen people crying in chat rooms and more, hoping that this ain't really a reality. Man, I was gonna say something too. Seal. That's what I was gonna say. I heard Seal got accused of some sexual allegations, and to be completely honest with you, I'm not surprised after what he said about Oprah and Harvey Weinstein. Made people look at them motherfuckers like, oh, hold on, there is something going on with them. And next thing you know, somebody comes out the woodwork. I think that Me Too movement's gonna be more costly than effective. Not saying people should be able to get away with doing shit, but some of the shit people are getting accused of, like, really? Seal over there grabbing titties and shit now. That was the story. Aziz took somebody on a date that just sounds like it turned out to be a bad date. And that shit, like, got motherfuckers looking at him funny. Like, all it takes is for somebody to be like, yeah, they was accused of sexual allegations, for somebody to look at him different. That's all I'm saying. It's just fucked up. Be right back, though. That's what I'm thinking. But I'll be right back. But yeah, I think in Seal's situation, he was sitting there playing with the big heads in the game, told Oprah to stop being a hypocrite, and couldn't retract his statement fast enough for it not to pick up some steam in the media. Then after a few heads was making a little buzz about it, he probably got one of those phone calls, one of those, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, this the game you want to play? Alright. And then bam, out of nowhere, he said Oprah was being a hypocrite. Now look how much of a hypocrite he looked like. So, I think somebody behind the scenes is playing their hand in the game, and a bunch of people are getting thrown into the light. Like, think about it like this, right? If you was Harvey Weinstein, and you had enough money to get even people who wasn't doing shit accused of the same shit you're being accused of, wouldn't you do so it doesn't look like you're so guilty? Prince Omar Hawking from Zamunda in the building. Shout out to all the ladies that use snow water to enhance the flavor in their Kool-Aid. You stupid nigga. And I know people that do that shit. I'll be right back. Oh, shit. But like, so far, two of them that I'm having problems just thinking that it really happened with is James Franco and Aziz Ansari. Like, I don't really follow either of their careers, and I don't really know much about I don't know really much about anything with Aziz except he was a foreign-born comedian. But to me, it sounds like him and the female met at a party. They was back and forth through text messaging, getting all flirty and shit. Date night came, and they was probably already exchanging sexual messages. And he was just like, man, at this point, fuck it, let's go back to the crib. They take the party back to the crib. Next thing you know, he's getting accused of something he ain't do. Think about it. If you're pursuing any kind of thing that you'll be a public figure on, and you're a single person, male or female, isn't it a scary time to even try to pursue any kind of relationship? Like, it's to the point now where if you invite a female over for weed and dick, you might get accused of drugging a bitch up and trying to dick her down without her consent. Just my thoughts on it. Like, it's fucked up, but that's all I'm seeing in television. Like, everybody's getting accused of shit. Whether it was just a bad sexual encounter or if they was really being fucking groped and molested and shit. I love America. I'm not sure who's all on that list though. $51. Wow. $51 firings and resignations. The men on the list have been fired or resigned or experienced similar professional fallout. James Rosen, Fox News correspondent. Marcelo Gomez, dancer in the American Ballet Theater. Charles Dutoit, a conductor. Morgan Spurlock, documentary filmmaker, Supersize Me. Mario Batali, chef, restaurant owner, co-host of ABC show The Chew. Ryan Leza, writer for The New Yorker and political analyst for CNN. Alex Kaczynski, federal appeals court judge. Trent Franks, U.S. representative for Arizona. Lauren Stein, Lorin Stein, editor of the Paris Review. Danny Masterson, actor, That 70s Show. Nat Dababneh, Dababneh, California State Assemblyman. Peter Martins, leader of the New York City Ballet. Ruben Kihun, Kihuen, U.S. representative for Nevada. Israel Horovitz, playwright and founding artistic director of the Gloucester Stage Theater. Justin Huff, Broadway casting director. Garrison Keller, creator and former host of A Prairie Home Companion. Matt Lauer, co-host of Today. Johnny Luzini, chef and judge on ABC's The Great American Bacon Show. Charlie Rose, TV host. John Coyers Jr., U.S. Representative of Michigan. Russell Simmons, co-founder of Def Jam Records and other businesses. Al Franken, U.S. Senator of Minnesota. David Sweeney, Chief News Director at NPR. Stephen Battelle, Florida Democratic Party Chairman. Wes Goodman, Ohio State Representative. Steve Jurvetson, Jurvetson, co-founder of venture capital firm and board member of Tesla and SpaceX. Tony Cornish, Minnesota State Representative. Eddie Bergenza, editor at DC Comics. Andrew Kreisberg, executive producer of Arrow, Supergirl, and The Flash. Louis C.K., comedian and producer. Dan Shewan, Minnesota State Senator. Benjamin Ginocchio. That's what it looks like to me. Executive Director of Armory Show Arts Fair. David Gilead, Co-Chief Executive and Co-Chief Executive of Primary Wave Entertainment Agency. Andy Dick. I'm not even surprised about Andy Dick. Like, not saying that he's out there, like, diddling people, but just the character that he presents. Like, I wasn't surprised that somebody said something about him. Yeah. He is sexual harassment, including groping. Fired from film. Response: I didn't grope anybody. I might have kissed somebody on the cheeks to say goodbye and then licked them. I'm not I'm not trying to sexually harass people, but you see what I mean? His weird ass character. I'm not trying to justify it or say it's okay, but I'm just saying I'm not surprised Andy Dick's on the list. Would you say? These are the sacrifices so the really dirty ones don't get caught. That's exactly what I think is happening. This is to make folks think the government is doing something about crime. If any of these men get jail time, I'll be shocked. Shit, you ain't the only one. Like, I definitely think that's something that's going on. Like, me personally, I think this is something that falls into that sex ring that got tied into the Pizzagate shit. Without trying to so much call it Pizzagate, because that's just like one of the many doors to the same sex ring, in my opinion. I think this ties into that, as far as an American scale goes. Michael Orskes, Oreskes, head of news at NPR and former New York Times editor. Hamilton Fish, president and publisher of The New Republic. Kevin Spacey, actor. Paul Bocanegra, California State Assemblyman. Mark Halperin, NBC News and NBC contributor, co-author of Game Change. Rick Najera, director of CBS Diversity Showcase. Knight Landsman, publisher of Art Forum. Leon Whistler, Weiseltier, a former editor at The New Republic. Terry Richardson, fashion photographer. John Besh. I'm surprised more fashion photographers ain't getting caught in this mix also. John Besh, chief executive of Besh Restaurant Group. Lockhart Steele, editor-director of Vox Media. Robert Scoble, tech blogger and co-founder of Transformation Group. Cliff Height, Ohio State Senator. Chris Savino, creator and showrunner of The Loud House. Roy Prince, head of Amazon Studios. Andy Singer, Senior Vice President of Content for Defy Media. Harvey Weinstein, producer and founder of the Weinstein Corporation. And that is all 51. What's this? 57 suspensions and other fallouts. Charlie Hollowell, Don Hazen, Glenn Thrust, Michael Falk, Keith Evans, and Ike Taylor. Donovan McNabb, Eric Davis. Oh man. And it says Marshall Falk, Keith Evans, and Ike Taylor, analysts for the NFL Network, and Donovan McNabb and Eric Davis, ESPN radio show hosts, were suspended pending investigations into the accusations by a former co-worker who sued them for sexual harassment and assault. That's a lot of names in one sitting. Ken Friedman, John Healy, James Levine. Ain't that that other Levine things pops? Servin Fishfer, Stephen T. McLaughlin, Andy Rubin, John Lasseter, Mark Schwann, Gary Goddard, Roy Moore, Tony Mendoza, Jeffrey Tambor, Ed Westick, Jeff Hoover, Brett Ratner, Kurt Webster, Ken Baker, and James Toback. Jane Doe in the building. Damn. James Toback, a screenwriter and director, was dropped by his agents after 38 women accused him of sexual misconduct. He denied the accusations in a profanity-laden interview with Rolling Stone. Woo! That sucks. Yeah, there's some names on here I didn't even know was on that motherfucker. October 8th, October 6th, October 12th, October 17th, October 18th, October 19th, October 21st, October 23rd, October 24th, October 25th, October 26th, October 27th, October 29th, October 30th, October 31st. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Damn. 18 people in October alone? Jesus fucking Christ. It is like the worst month or the worst year ever to be a fucking celebrity. Like, that is crazy. Every week since has been an accusation, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Because from October 31st to November 3rd, then you got one. So you got November 3rd, November 8th, November 9th, November 10th, November 13th, November 15th, November 16th, November 19th, November 20th, November 29th, November 30th. I think from the 20th to the 29th was the longest stretch. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, my fault. Yeah, that shit is crazy. Oh, excuse me. My fault. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And that was 20. Like, yeah, that's the same shit. That's what I'm saying. People ain't losing. They're just getting accused of shit. They get put at a standstill and have to rework their deals. That's it. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Harvey Weinstein went to sex rehab. Like, I really don't even understand how that works. Like, I've never needed to have sex or ejaculate to the point where I'm willing to risk everything that I've developed, built, and, kept going. Like, the shit's fucked up. Let me see what he got accused of. I'm not sure if it was an actual rape. Oh, yeah, rape. Accusation: raping 3 women, sexual assault and harassment of dozens of others, including masturbating and exposing himself, and unwelcome touching. Fallout: fired from his company and expelled from the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts, and Science. Like, response: I appreciate the way I've behaved with colleagues in the past has caused a lot of pain, and I sincerely apologize for it. He denied accusations of non-consensual sex. Shoot. Mystic in the building. I saw you flame bro that dude the other day, or that little boy the other day. Good job, yo. Real shit. I sat there and watched you work. I was like, word, I could respect her. I ain't got no reason to come off sideways. She's going at him for a legitimate reason. He's doing some real life hoe shit. So, yeah, I respect your work, Mr. Queen. You said what's up with Nelly? Didn't Nelly beat his charges of rape? Or was that Mystical? So, yeah. Yeah, he beat his case. It says the woman who accused him wants to drop the case. Like, I don't think it's the rapper's time to get accused yet. They're still influential. I think it is going to happen in due time, though. But I think by the time that starts coming out, it'll be way too fucking late. And it'll be when this shit falls off the rails because the people who are being falsely accused are going to strike back. I'm just saying, it doesn't look like all these people. And then, if you dibble and dabble in like the Illuminati and conspiracy world, all the weird shit that goes on is like, ain't all y'all kind of involved in the same bullshit? So, it's hard to really fully understand or know how to feel about this shit. Like, like, I really wonder how many men are gonna come out. Like, I wonder when motherfuckers is gonna, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could support the Me Too movement. I would have no problem with that under the right, pretense. For right now, it's looking real false. So, said Nelly wore no protection. I didn't know about that. But hey, sometimes you just find yourself in a moment where a piece of plastic just doesn't pop on. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the motherfucker, so I really can't speak on him. But as far as the Me Too shit, like, I have no problem supporting it. I understand what they're trying to do. I understand that somebody at some point had a real intention to help with that movement. So for the real cause that it's supposed to be there for, I could support that. But the whole feminist crazy side to it, like, not even the feminists that are logical, like the real crazy, off the wall, overdo it feminists that seem to got control of that shit and the fuck people, like, they're gonna make that shit look terrible. Like, ever since any of us were children, like, literally ever since any of us that comes in these chat rooms were children, we've heard about a casting couch and fuckery going on in Hollywood and media. Like, it's something that's always been there. So, at the end of the day, we know that there's just way too much people there that ain't being spoken on. Like, and they finally had what looks to me a way to speak out about it. And as soon as it got a little bit of traction, they was like, nope, we gotta throw a wrench in this. Too many big heads is about to lose their positions. Like, nobody wants to lose money for a day. If you start knocking everybody off their pedestals, they're going to lose money for at least a day. And that's just because they have to go through the legal shit to transition power. Like, the shit's crazy. We are living in some of the most craziest times we'll probably ever experience. Like, what's going on with these kids from the Disney Channel and shit that can only make it to be like 30-something before they completely glitch out? From the males and the females. Like, wasn't Amanda Bynes accusing people of touching her before? I forget one of the females' names that recently came out. Like, yeah, I feel you. Like, that's how I feel about all this shit. Like, you gotta have something to prove that this shit really went on. I don't like the he said, she said. Like, I could be like, Mystic Queen smells like whatever. It could be roses and sunshine. And that could be a complete fucking false tale. And all in all, you don't want to smell like roses, they smell like shit. But like, I could just say that, it'll pick up fucking traction, and nobody will be like, oh well, we smelled it, it's true. No kind of proof or nothing. So I don't like the fact that people will clutch on to that before they will clutch on to how wrong they are for even going along with the story in the first place. Like, I am a strong supporter of be your own judge. If you're not going to be your own judge, you're fucking up in life. So, like, don't take that shit to no kind of public airwaves to try to accuse somebody. Like, a lot of these people should be, like, if this shit's really going on, a lot of these people should be, properly accused of what's going on. Shit, I don't know. Like, he's one of those, he's on the wrong team anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I stopped following him. So it's like, it's hard to support something where you see people going to social media instead of local law enforcement to handle an issue. Because what the fuck is social media gonna do except get people to look at people funny? Like, everything could really be lost off of an accusation in social justice police. That's fucked up. Like, if you made the best slushie in the world from the ground up, went through every proper precaution to make sure you could build an empire from it, and like in the cartoon world, you just happen to sell ices for a living. And somebody was like, well, back when they was building this up, he grabbed my titty. That can really take away something you built from the ground fucking up. Like, for all the men that came out in support of the Me Too movement that really looked like they were trying to help, I think if they're going to be accused, there needs to be better proof before it becomes a public story. Like, once this shit became a witch hunt, I was just like, man, so much for that. Nah, no bullshit. But yeah, like if they're getting properly punished, I wouldn't feel no type of way about it. Like, get them sick motherfuckers out of there. But maybe it's just me that can't accept that everybody is doing some weird shit over there, I guess. That's like saying everybody in America hates Muslims. So, like, if they're doing anything, especially of sexual nature, they should have to sit in jail. As fucked up as it may sound, nobody wants to be there, but nobody should be traumatized over a sexual event. So, fuck that. Like, I don't care if they just forced their hands up some female shirt. If she wasn't allowing it, hey, sit that motherfucker down. Like, there's no excuse for that. There's no, oh, well, I was drunk or no, nah. You're a nasty motherfucker. How do you still get a rise if you're taking it from somebody? I don't understand that world, so yeah. Like, this game is all fucked up. This game is showing us that if you got enough money, then you could basically get away with anything. If you become an asset to the nation, you could basically get away with anything. Like, what happens if Bill Gates get accused? Alright. And on top of that, like, what is more value than you? More valuable than you? Like, if I was damn near a billionaire in a position of power, and every one of y'all that met me from YouTube or whatever my fucking career was that tied into YouTube, if y'all females kept on meeting me, right? And all of y'all had the same story, that when y'all met me, I would just whip my dick out and shake it and hit my hips, right? What is more valuable than yourself for you not to go and be like, yo, this motherfucker sexually assaulted me? At the end of the day, like, if I can control you from that point on, then that basically means you became my puppet, right? That means that anytime that I want to shake my hips in front of you, you're just going to sit there and take it. Because you're going to be scared that I'm going to take everything that you tried to get away. And then I'll be like, all right, go work for Danny. I'm going to call you when it's your time to be in my next venture. That's going to make you known worldwide. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand the shit. Like, you only got one you. If that one you gets kicked out of the fucking acting world, then hey, maybe you're just gonna find yourself good at commercials or something. I don't know, but like, exactly. Like, you want to secretly do some fuck shit, and I can't secretly whoop your ass in return? I ain't saying go kill a motherfucker. But at the end of the day, who's going to tell the story of getting their shit split because they wanted to whip it out without fucking permission? Fuck that. Like, what, I'm really going to call the police on you? Yeah, I invited one of the females over, and they cut my dick in two because I whipped it out and was shaking it out my hips without their permission. Like, you know you're going to jail, right, buddy? I mean, what had happened was, like, nah. Shit, that's something that been that been in the air since we were children also. Missed it. Like, what was it, Corey Ames? Corey something? Not Corey Feldman, but the other Corey that was with him. How many times did you see his interviews where he was sitting there talking about being sexually molested by somebody he couldn't mention because the position they hold will be just detrimental to them? Like, what's the motherfuckers, what you talking about, Willis? Motherfucker looked like a kid his whole life. Well, until he got old and was jumping on cars. But, all in all, Like, the stories about him are fucked up, brutal. Like, it's not just about a fucking look. Like, these motherfuckers knew he was damn near grown and still put him through the torture. Like, any parent that sold their kid into this shit need to be prosecuted like the motherfuckers they sold them to. You're really gonna tell me a parent's not gonna know some weird shit like that's going on, that on the scale that it's going? Yep. I'm glad you said that, Mystic. I'm so glad you said that for the simple fact I was sitting there talking about that shit with one of my homies, and I was like, I could have sworn back in the day, even before this shit really went crazy like this, he was calling these people out and got silenced at the time for it. And then when he was on fucking whatever that show was with Matt Lauder kept on trying to discredit him. And I was just like, hold the fuck on, like, nah, this ain't looking right. And then what happens? Matt Lauder goes right under that motherfucking bus with the rest of them. Like, everything that Corey's saying, there's too many people in the way stopping this. They got too much power. The motherfuckers that control the media can control the outcome of this fucking event. Phew. Oh my god, that will always be an amazing app no matter where you're standing. Whether you're in the hood, the suburbs, the college community, or by a local school. That motherfucker's damn sure gonna light up. Yep, Barbara Walters did the same. She was more worried about Hollywood than she was about the people's well-being. Like, what? If any of y'all was to be sexually assaulted in any way, shape, or form, what would be able to get y'all to develop that trust with any single man again? Like, what would make it so you don't have hatred for all men because that loss of trust that came from one asshole? Like, isn't that a lifetime impact? Like, isn't that something that in some cases even a husband can't fix, even though y'all go through the process of making each other one? So, like, that's what I say, like, too much shit gotta pass that I can't agree. That's why I say I don't watch television. That shit manipulates the minds of the weak. Like, when you see people go through that shit, like, when you see the recovery victims of rape, they look like a shell of themselves. Even in their happiest moments, you could see that there's still a piece of them that's never going to be put back in there. Like, that puzzle piece has been bleached, stepped on, and disposed of. There'll never be a complete puzzle ever again. Like, that whole world is fucked up and crazy. I don't understand it. I don't think anybody should have to face fucking... I don't think anybody should have to shut up for their career over any kind of traumatic event. Like, if you got your ass beat, shut the fuck up. But if you're being sexually assaulted, then do what you gotta do. Like, I'll be damned if you try to make me a bitch, don't get your ass whooped and then publicly humiliated for some shit that can be proven through TMZ reports if I was a celebrity. Night. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. Shit, that doesn't just apply to females on some real shit, Jane. Like, I'm one of those that take the time in between. Because I refuse to bring the baggage from a last relationship into a new one. I don't want to hold you to the same distrust issues I had with the last person when you're a completely new person. So I would rather take the time, be single, cleanse myself for the last relationship, then try to pursue something else after that. You see so many motherfuckers out here just trying to get the dick wet that they end up with a series of motherfucking kids, a whole bunch of court dates and confusion. And then by the end of their life cycle, they sitting there living bunked up in a crib with like 4 of their homies, collecting an SSI check, because they fucked themselves up in their career paths when they finally tried to get life right. Like a lot of people that you meet today really ain't gonna have the retirement benefits that their parents had. That's why I said they're gonna be stacked up with their peoples, because think about it, a lot of motherfuckers get this money talking about, oh yeah, I'm fucking this bitch, I'm doing like, okay, you're doing all this, you're making children, but at the end of the day, after your children want to go to college, what are you gonna have for yourself? What retirement package do a lot of these people have? Not social media, I'm just talking in just average life. Like, people are struggling now, and yeah, I can only speak for myself now also, but people are struggling now, making over minimum wage, and they're still not going to have enough to retire by the time they're elderly and getting brittle and shit. So for the ones with the have-nots, what happens there? Yeah, like, I don't care what anybody says. You could take anybody to court and try to collect a check for your child, but if you force the responsibility of them being a parent, that is the best lesson and the hardest thing they'll have to face in life. Like, I've always been the cameraman for people, always. So one of the things I got hit with was, you gonna keep on popping up at these parties, taking pictures of everybody, or are you gonna man up to your responsibility and tell these motherfuckers, yeah, I can't even rock with this right now. I got, you know, got this kid I got to take care of, and it ain't right to keep on calling people just to go out, have fun, take pictures of motherfuckers that ain't even having real, like, party events for real events. It's just parties just because it's a nice day to have a party. Like, responsibility is one thing that nobody should slack on, especially when it's provided with your own DNA. So, yep. That's what I said. Yeah, there damn sure is. I don't know if you heard my stories of me standing in front of the abortion clinic. I had to play taxi driver that day. But, yeah, one of my peoples, they couldn't bring a child into this world. It wasn't financially, you know, their financial situation wouldn't allow it at the moment. So I took them to Planned Parenthood and shit. And I like a good debate, so I see the people outside and shit, and they over there talking about being, you know, abortion's wrong, this, that, and the next. And I was out there for hours, just back and forth with them, defending why it should be okay to have an abortion and, you know, all that. And, like, they had nothing for me by the end of the conversation. They kept on trying. They even went down the religious road and all that. And if I'm not mistaken, I said to him, I was like, why would God provide the world with a child that is going to feel unloved in the long run, especially when it reaches the age that it knows that it was adopted? Like, the chances of somebody never disclosing the adoption information is slim to none in today's times. Everybody feels the need to give out unneeded information. Like, if I send a child on a lost quest, sometimes there's the secrets you take to death. Best I could say. But, yeah, way too many fucking birth control options that people ain't utilizing. Like, I hate to hear motherfuckers say they don't use condoms because the female's on birth control and they got a strong pullout game. And the reason I hate to hear that shit, because there's more to it than that. Like, even if you have a condom on, you can still get an STD. So imagine the risk you're taking if you don't have one on. So, man. Like, you could think you jumping in a tasty little box, and then at the end of the day, you find out you have AIDS after a series of blood tests. The first couple of tests ain't gonna pick it up. Then sometime in the future, it's just like, hey, look at this. I've been laying dormant in your system for months. Remember that stranger that you dove into? Said, fuck plastic. My pullout game is premium. Well, she gave you a gift that keeps on giving until you die. Like, fuck that. Not gonna be that nigga. Said they have a new birth control made out of copper. I love the way people anchor abortion. What would do nothing to assist you raising a child. You don't like social services and want to adopt children. Yeah. That's what I say. I like a good debate. I go back and forth with them people that make that same argument that you just stated there in that comment. Like, I don't think anybody personally likes abortion, but I think when they know the extent of life that they can possibly fuck up, they make a decision that they have to live with forever. Like, sucks, but sometimes that's just the way shit goes. Like, if you living on somebody else's couch, paying your own way. But if you living on somebody else's couch, like, how are you gonna be able to take care of a child if it just gets left on your doorstep? Like, why would you even want to put that child through the same struggle you going through with couch hopping? Then possibly being led to, to the system because of a fucked up living condition. Like, but yeah, another thing though, real shit, there shouldn't be no men involved in these issues unless it's on a level that can provide information about, like, these medications being helpful or harmful. Like, the ultimate decision about a female's body should be decided by a female that collectively came together with other females that know what's good for y'all's body. We got something completely different than y'all. So at the end of the day, I don't even approve the government being involved in that issue, to be completely honest with you. Like, anybody that doesn't want to carry a baby or doesn't want to do something that requires their body to transform or anything, like, that should be up to them or a collective group of females that are actually taking the time to do studies and everything else to, help, not hurt. I said it should not be decided in the nail salon. No, I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying, like, think about how many men sat there talking about abortion should be illegal or women have no right to get an abortion, and try to make women feel bad for actually trying to go through the steps of not bringing a future anything into this world that won't be something, useful to society. Like, sometimes you really have to look at your living conditions, the area you live in, and the possibilities that come with bringing children into this world. Like, I was just one of the people that I'm never going to be like, I had unwanted children. That's not the case, because if I didn't want them, I wouldn't be in their life. Like, my children came at times I never expected them to come, but at the end of the day, they was always wanted. One of the reasons I didn't want them to come at the time that they came was because where I was living. I didn't want to raise any children in, certain areas that I lived. Now, I'm good. I'm, well put together. They got the right attitudes, book smart, street smart, college bound. Fucking their extra activities is on point. So, yeah. Like, yeah, people damn sure don't think before they reproduce. But I know if I was living in a harvest area, then I wouldn't have any children if I could stop it from that. Like, if I couldn't accumulate any kind of resources then yeah, I damn sure wouldn't have any children. Like, the hardest test I ever had was facing the man card challenge. Like, you gonna man up to your responsibilities, or you gonna sit there and play video games, act like you ain't got none? Like, I got to grow up and live in certain areas where I got to see, you know, certain things in life. Hell no, you shouldn't have no child if somebody asks you to. Like, I think if you don't have a certain connection, you shouldn't be even trying to make no fucking babies. Like, you ever notice how children that are made out of pure love come out to be different from these little motherfuckers that are just born? No, yeah, it may have sounded like that's what I was trying to say. I'm not saying that's what you're taking it as, but I agree with you on that one. Your income shouldn't determine your children, but your income should make you look at your situation that you have going on and just plan it right. That's all. Like, Christmas season's not always the right time to have a child. So if you're really with somebody that you love and you got something going on with, you can really plan it out and you can time it right so you can have a child when it may work out better for you. I don't know what the fuck they doing in this generation. So, yeah. That's what I got. Got me a basic package. I was like, oh, I could provide this. House, love, support, like, a future, the fantasy that comes with the parenthood. Like, yeah, I had all that. That's what I said. I'm a fucking superhero to my children. When I lose that, then I'm fucked up in the game. Like, I could really be like, hey, mama, let's jump out the window right now. We're going to land in the snow. And she'll be hesitant at first. And then I'll jump out the window and show her that I safely landed in the snow. And because I'm a superhero and did it, she's going to follow suit. That was just an example, though. I'm not jumping out the window with my children. I ain't Michael Jackson. But real shit, though. People got the game fucked up. We need to get back to the 70s lifestyle when people was a little bit more put together and they was actually raising their kids. And you could ask Miss Frida for a whole bucket of sugar and not have to worry about Miss Frida talking about you asking her for that whole bucket of sugar. Like, as a kid, I never thought growing up would have people making fun of their homies because they had to borrow a t-shirt. Like, and today's times are weird to me because it seems that more men want to fight females than want to love them. Maybe it's because I'm around more blacks than any other race, but I see it more with the blacks than any other race. Like the whole Mystic Queen situation. Believe it or not, Mystic, somebody came in here. Action Jackson came in here the other day and was just asking a series of questions based on where you and that whole nigga's little back and forth started. So I told him, and then I was like, hold on, I could show you better than I could tell you. And I showed him exactly where it started because I recorded the moment. And, you know, he got to see it for himself. And in my world, like, that should never happen. Like, this is what I got from it. What the fuck? LJ, why you here roasting? Not what the fuck you here roasting for, LJ. That's not what I got from it. Motherfucker came in here talking about shoulders. Like, I think that's where the what the fuck came from. Like, and I'm just telling you from my perspective. Like, what the fuck? Why you in here roasting? No. But yeah, that's just weird. That whole fight started over him saying some suspect shit. Motherfucker takes the L every time he comes in. All these motherfuckers do when you really look at it. Like, hypothetically speaking, if me and Jane was going back and forth, at some point she'll probably be like, oh, you skinny motherfucker. But she ain't gonna be like, your shoulders look like this. Your shoulder, and that's a female who can get descriptive if she wants to. Like, I'm waiting for one of these motherfuckers to be like, you got a little dick, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm done. Like, what the fuck is going on with y'all? That is a female line. But if you give it enough time, somebody's gonna say it to one of these motherfuckers on YouTube. I guarantee it. It may have already happened and I just missed it, but I swear to you, give it enough time and these motherfuckers, you're gonna see exactly what I'm trying to say here. They don't reverse the whole fucking game. So, yeah. But that's what I'm saying, like, maybe the females I deal with are just too tough. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and deny that I don't got some ratchets under my belt. But, the shit that the motherfuckers here be doing, like, the females I deal with, they ain't having that shit. Like, any of the females I've dealt with or deal with will look at me weird as fuck if I came in somebody's room talking about shoulders and shit. The physique of another man. Like, the motherfucker said, you're 40 and you don't have kids. I said, what? Like, if I'm not mistaken, that was the first time I've ever heard of a male trying to shit on a female who chose a career path life, opposed to a homemaker life. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah. That's what I say. All in all, I ain't gonna sit here and gossip about these motherfuckers, especially if I could catch them in a moment. That's what I said. Old boy came in here. He asked a few questions. I was like, oh yeah, well, this is what it is. Then I was like, no, I ain't even gonna go about it like that. Click, click, click. Popped up. Like, these niggas is doing shit that ain't, it just ain't cool, man. Motherfuckers is losing their man card. Now, if the females decided to group together and go at all the males they've encountered on YouTube, myself included, what would we really have to say in our defense? Oh, we was doing it because, really? Like, if they was really just like, yo, we ain't even fucking with y'all no more. Y'all been on this bullshit way too long. What argument would we have to go against them? What up, Trish? No female should deal with a male that might go get his nails done with her. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, excuse me. Damn, I'm over here trying to sneak burps out because I've been drinking coffee, and these motherfuckers just like, nah, nigga. Usually you'll hear me go, tss. Yeah, these motherfuckers just like, hey, we want to be heard. That way the text pops up better. Yeah, I already got one rolled up. Let me know when you're ready. Just give me the lighters up signal. We gonna smoke together. I got crack in my place. What you got? Blue smoke, nigga. Denzel gave me some blue magic last time he was in Boston. But no, I'm playing. I ain't in no rush. You good? Nah, I did it smart today. Because I really wanted to smoke because I was running around doing stuff. So I was like, if I roll a baby blizz and just start the show smoking that motherfucker, by the time people come in that I want to smoke with, I won't be completely sober and I won't be too damn high. So yeah, go on, take your time. You good? Now I don't know what the fuck I got. I was given an offer. He said, do you want this shit or you want the cheap shit? And I was like, well, how much can I get for this if it's the cheap shit? And what color is it? He was like, it's green, and I give you this much. Just bring me back $10. So I brought him back $10. Like, to be completely honest with you, I am still in the search for just plain old regular weed. I don't want no fucking Maui Wowie, no perk, no, I'm cool with some just old school regular weed that I could smoke 4 blizzards and be like, oh shit, I'm high, but not zombie the fuck out. Alright. How big is your house supposed to be, Mystic? That's what I want to know. Because, from what he was saying, it seems like you have the appropriate size house for your lifestyle. Like, why are black people so eager to spend all their money? Like, oh, and when old boy tried to block you or kick you out the chat, I was like, oh, he officially lost that battle. Like, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. There's no recovery from that. You started saying locations. Like, you never said his location. You just let it be known that you know the area. You got family down there. I have family down there. I just don't visit them, so I can't name areas like you did. But, hey, you started saying that, and you saw the bitch just leak out of him right there on camera. Like, that's what I mean about these motherfuckers. You can see how shaky they really are. They're talking from the safety of their basements and shit like that, thinking that they can't be contacted, thinking that they can't be found. And then when you show them how small this fucking world is, like, they let it show. Like, you didn't say you're showing up to his house or anything. You just started saying locations. And the motherfucker started shaking visibly through a camera he wasn't even presenting himself on. Like, YouTube is amazing, yo. That's what I say. These motherfuckers think they're competitors. You can't consider yourself a competitor if you get shaky off of words. Oh, that's what's up. Shit, I remember my first trip to Washington. I was like, man, it ain't nothing like the comedians say. It ain't gonna be nothing like the comedians say. Oh shit, it is exactly like the comedians fucking say. Alright, light is up. But That's what I said. Who the fuck goes out of their way to live out of their means? Like, just because you have it don't mean it's the way you should live. You got to live to how you feel comfortable. Like, if you want to live in a house if you want to live in a studio apartment that only got a bathroom attached to it with a zebra, then hey, go the fuck on. I ain't gonna stop you. That's what I say. Game's real fucked up out here. Motherfuckers be lost as shit. So what's the difference between a leader and a follower? One designs their own path while the other gets led to slaughter. Never follow somebody that wants to be a leader because they've seen other people lead. Because initially they're only doing so because they want to follow the path of somebody that had power. If you want to join up with somebody that has their own plan that's either similar to yours, or if you're in the position that both of y'all could combine to and expand. You'll never see me sitting here talking about I want to do this or that or the next because Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, anybody that was a prominent black leader, like I could never do that. Like I don't want to be them. I don't want to follow their shit. If I come up with something that I feel like will work, then I will go through every step possible and can't nobody throw me off my track. I may gain a few people that could, join in what I'm doing, but I'm still 60% owner. They can't have more than 20% between them. So the more people that come, just know I'm still staying at my 60%. Like we could all come bring our bright ideas to the table, but when it's all said and done, this was something I built. Like I don't want to lead people to nobody's slaughter. I don't want to lead nobody to war. Like, to be completely honest with you, if I could lead anybody, it would be to a place where everybody's not so judgmental and pussyfied. Like, I would lead them to a place where if somebody calls you a nigger, you just be like, yeah, alright. So, as I say, everybody got their own goals, and they're willing to sacrifice their own goals just to follow somebody else's that may give them a little bit push. But then when they see the money starting to dry up and death is on the way, yeah, they'll show you. They was just leading people to the slaughter. Now it's time to hand it off to somebody that don't give no fucks about anything. Yeah, weed watching ass nigga. Don't be surprised if he ain't sitting on the sidelines right now. So why do people prefer first class? Because they want something to brag about, in my opinion. They want to be able to say they've been there. Like, I understand in some cases, like, I don't think many of us here on YouTube are in the business class level to even want to, to even have an excusable reason to want to fly first class. Like, even if it's just a less stressful environment and you got some paperwork you got to get done on your laptops or however you got to get it done, sometimes first class is something you need. But all in all, more people just want to say that they did something that got advertised as something special, and it's not really much more roomier than the last class, depending on what you're flying. Like, man, anything falling out the sky is equally dangerous. But what I'm trying to say about first class, apply that to the lives that you see on Facebook or the people you know personally. That you know had to do some dark shit in order to just acquire a Gucci belt. The ones you know only got their lights on because it's winter season and the gas companies and electric companies don't shut your shit off if you got children. Those motherfuckers. Everything they bragging about ain't matching up everything they living with. Like I said, I can only speak for the people I'm surrounded by. Like Trisha's in a better position than I am, so she could hop in first class, and she has a career path that first class would be better suited for you. Like, yeah, I don't get that. Like, well, I'm not gonna lie, if I had a full Gucci outfit, the chances of me having on anything other than a black leather belt is slim to none. Shoot, exactly. I'm living like I want to, not so much as like I dream. Like I said, hey, my dream, my dream of my future, I was, well, I am doing what I was planning on doing my whole life, repairing computers. But the children came later, after the home. But what was I saying? People's priorities are so fucked up that they would rarely risk being homeless just to provide a false life for their friends to look at and never really fully experience. That's what I said. Motherfuckers got so used to that fake it till you make it stage of the game that they think the fake shit they're doing is real. Like, think about that crash dummy, the weed watcher. You're not smoking good enough weed. You don't have enough THC in your weed. In my opinion, you want me to pay more money for a product that the more money you pay for it, the smaller amount you get, but the stronger the THC levels get. And the stronger the THC levels get, the more your body shuts down, to the point where you could be fully awake and can't even fucking move. Now, where does that make sense? That you are going to put yourself in a position to smoke a highly addictive product that can leave you in a zombie state. What happens when that product gets taken away? Do you try to find the stimulant that has the same effect? Like, aren't people who do heroin and crack known for having a fucking fiend lean? Isn't that the equivalent of smoking the highest THC you possibly can and sitting there as a fucking pole? So I can't understand why somebody would sit here and say, stop smoking the weed that you got used to and comfortable with. Smoke something that's going to make you just dead to the world. Don't smoke anything that you've been smoking for years, that you found a method to make work so you could still handle your responsibilities and enjoy a good high without being overstressed throughout the day. Like, fuck all that. Become a zombie. Lose your connection with all the outside world that you have. Lose the connection you have with the YouTube audience, even though it's small. Like, that doesn't work in my world. Like, when did becoming a fiend become people's everyday lifestyle? Like, I never smoked to be cool. I never smoked because my friends were smoking. I started smoking like y'all see me smoke now when my best friend got killed. So, that should show you I was on a completely different path to smoking. I smoked a few times before. Well, not a few. I smoked, but it was never like I smoke now. It took a few deaths. A few motherfuckers I'm never going to see again because they're behind the wall. A few motherfuckers that are still behind the wall from the time that that I started. Like, life of stress got me to smoke. Fuck is wrong with motherfuckers smoking because it's cool? Like, nah. You ever been tensed up for no fucking reason? Just wilding the fuck out? And then you smoke a cigarette? And you calm the fuck down? That's how I got introduced to smoking cigarettes. And then in smoking cigarettes, I realized I was losing the ability to run or walk long distance. So instead, I was like, all right, let me go on and smoke some weed, because the stress levels is getting higher than any cigarette can produce, and I'm going through packs of cigarettes like they're fucking sweet tarts. So I switched the product. Some shit was way too strong. Some shit was just straight trash. Then I found the average. I was like, chill, I'm good. Like, I've changed what I smoke out of more than I've changed my weed. And I've been smoking backwards for years. Only thing that could get me to change that was Fontos, because they started fucking up the leaves. Why do white people think it's okay to drink alcohol but get their high, but they're getting high off of baths? I really don't know. I wish I had an answer for you on that one. Like, I know a few people that dibbled and dabbled with the bath salts, try to get me to smoke that shit, and I'm looking at them like, that ain't weed. Like, fuck out of here. If it ain't weed, it ain't for me. Like, I could only drink depending on certain people I'm around. I could drink with one of my Haitian boys. I could drink with one of my brothers. But, like, I probably wouldn't get drunk around none of y'all, because I would straight treat y'all like shit. I would be a super asshole. Then if somebody says something, I would start flexing like I got the muscles to be flexing or something. So, if I take the Hennessy challenge, yeah, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. So I ain't gonna risk taking a fucking loss. Man, you gotta know who you are before you dibble and dabble into certain things. Like, yeah, that's as real as I could be on that one. Plus, I could become an alcoholic in a week, so I ain't willing to take that risk. Shoot. Nope, I feel you. That's what I'm saying. I got my reasons for not doing certain things. I was just talking about the few people I know that dabbled in that world. It's not for me. I like my salt on meat, rice, whatever else it falls on when I'm sitting there. And I put some hot sauce in. It's the only salt I deal with. These motherfuckers are taking chemicals to the brain. Like, what's going on with them that they think, not even so much think it's okay. Like, what's going on with them that they do that? Like I said, I started really smoking when one of my closest friends died. Not all the ones in between. It just took one of my closest. The ones I talk about be like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you're my daughter's godfather. He was like, I got you. And for the first 6 of her years, if I didn't want to, I didn't have to buy her any outfits, no clothes. Only thing I would have to buy was shoes. That's what he meant by I got you. Then he got taken off this fucking planet. And, yeah. So I don't know how I can find, like, I don't know what the fuck could possibly happen in my world that I'd be like, yo, weed ain't gonna do the trick. I need some bath salts. I need something other than weed. Maybe I'll go off the rails and need some weed and liquor, but Yeah, I can't see myself dibbling and dabbling in an experimental world. From Vicodins to any liquor you can find out there, like, I'm cool. Why would you consume anything that you can still to this day read a news report that has people biting people and a person successfully chewing a face off? Like, why? Like, what is appealing about any drug that you've seen people taking outside weed? Okay, hold on, wait. I can't say that psychedelics don't sound and look fun, but even those have to be done under a certain way. But yeah, I'm cool. Yep, got my weed in the front here. Shit, I want to roll me another buzz. Gee, I don't fuck with none of the liquors. I don't fuck with no liquors. I don't fuck with no drugs. You ain't ever go, like, I'm one of those that don't even like taking pain pills. America's problem is that motherfuckers got easy access to pain pills, which are highly addictive. Like, it's crazy that your best friend could be addicted to Vicodin right now and you don't even know it. And it ain't even their own fault. They just found themselves in a mishap. And they just ended up getting hooked on that bullshit because, like I said, it is highly addictive in a very short span of time. Like, I'll put it like this, right? If any of y'all were to get into an accident that took y'all, out of the line for, let's just say, 30 days bed rest, then 15 days before you could even try to go back to work. So 45 days out of work, but out of 30 of them 45, you got to be on bed rest the whole time, taking pain pills. If you take them pain pills for 10 of those days, consistently, on the 11th day, even if you don't feel pain, you're going to want to take one of them motherfuckers. Then every couple hours after that, you're going to want to keep on doing the same thing. Like, it's a mind-altering drug that makes people make the worst decision ever. Keep on consuming, keep on consuming. And next thing you know, you're trying to find a new reason to have an injury so you could stay feeling the way you've been feeling all the time. Now you're a fiend who may possibly die because legally you got supplied with a product that they have no weaning process for the people that get addicted to it to get them off. There's no cleansing process for that shit. It's just straight stop taking it when you stop feeling pain. Motherfuckers never stop taking it when they stop feeling that pain. That's what I say, fuck that. Weed could stop the pain for some things, not everything, but ain't no reason to be fucking... ain't no fucking reason to be out here zombified. Psychedelics were popular when I was in the suburbs. Like, I used to watch these motherfuckers do shit that, to be completely honest with you, in today's time, they are legally, clinically insane. Like, one of the kids I lived around as a kid, when I met up with him again when we were grown ups, one of his problems was he couldn't get a job for that reason alone. All the drugs he did in the past caught up with him and put him on the wrong side of the fence. Shit. Yeah, I know. They make sure they put in the smallest writing ever for you, too. Like, I swear, reading the back of a fucking medicine package, like, medicine, yeah, shit you get from the doctors. Reading that motherfucker is like reading a fucking copyright disclaimer. Just don't got it in me. I'm gonna roll me another blizz. Then I'm gonna take my leave because I gotta make some food. I gotta go do something else, and then I gotta play video games because I'm super awesome in video games. Need playing. It's not even a want, it's a need, motherfuckers. No, I'm playing. Gee, I'm gonna roll me another little blizz. Get a little bit high up on the fucking clouds with the Care Bears and shit. Yeah, that's how I am. Like, it's if you was to ever see, like, when I get sick, the last place I ever want to go is the fucking hospital. Like, one of the reasons, to be completely honest with you, that I hate going to the hospital is because I'm a lightweight. So, if I go to the hospital for a sprained ankle, I'm gonna have to go back to the hospital for a fucking for like the flu or the pneumonia or something. Like, and I understand they keep it cold in there, trying to kill all the bacteria floating in the air, but it's never 100%. What was that shit? I want to say morphine, but whatever the fuck it was. I know I didn't never want that shit in my system again. Like, best I could say, crazy story is one time I woke up at the hospital and yeah, they ended up putting all that shit in me, all the fucking pain meds or whatever the fuck it was, because it was when my neck got cut open and my fucking hand was broken. So at some point, yeah, there was a nice little blackout period, but yeah, they had that shit in me, and I was pissed the fuck off because I didn't like the way it felt. Nothing like weed, I can tell you that much. I wish it was recorded though, because trying to talk on that shit, nothing that you're thinking comes out your mouth unless it's some dumb shit. I will kill you with a magical spatula that swings rainbows. Like, why the fuck did I say that part? I just wanted to say I'll kill you brutally and step on your face while I'm doing it. Like, who's that? Oh, Red Silver Jet. Let me down. Yeah, I don't know how motherfuckers be talking about they on that shit. Yeah, I'm undelighted. Like, what? I think that's a little extreme, don't you think? That's what I'm saying. Like, motherfuckers I know them pulled out boxes of lean and became like the coolest nigga on the block while they sat there sipping their own product. Like, if I pull out a box of lean, that means I've thrown up a few thousands. If I'm not mistaken. So the flip on that would be very profitable. So I would have to sit there and listen to old school rap talking about never get high on your own supply and cake the fuck up. Don't sell drugs, people. I'm just saying, if you end up on the side of corruption, oh man, yeah, I've had to go to sleep a few times. Peep, right? When I had to get the metal plate in my hand. That's similar to how I went through it. They put the gas mask on and I was like, man, I don't want to go to sleep. What if I don't wake back up? So I'm over there trying to avoid it. And there's nothing you can do to avoid it, right? So before you're actually out, like by the time they was done with their countdown, they already started doing the process of what they had to do. So I'm still awake, trying to fight the gas and shit. Watching these motherfuckers take this big ass needle, shove it in my arm, then shove a camera through the hole in my arm that they just made. Then you can see the inside of my arm on the monitor, and then you see the nerve that they had to pinch real quick. So once they pinched that nerve, my whole arm was just like Peace Hollow 1. And then I was out of there. I don't know what the fuck happened after that point, but yeah. Got to see the inside of my arm and was like, oh shit, this is kind of weird. Like, same thing happened when I had to get a, what's it called, the endoscopy, to make sure I ain't have no holes in my stomach and shit. And yeah, that whole thing. I was like, why am I awake for this? And then yeah, I was kind of off in my own world later. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm cool with all that shit. I refuse to be a fiend. Sure. Nice. Yeah, I wish I would have just took the countdown sometimes. Wouldn't have seen so much shit. Yeah. It is worth recording yourself in them stupid ass moments that come after, though. You will say some full blown amazing shit that you never even thought you could say. Like, I never knew I could be that funny. Light is up. But if you hold your breath, then you start seeing shit and you're just like, that is a scalpel. Then you scare yourself because you didn't know your body already shut down. Shout out to all those ladies that could watch Braid in neighborhood. Nasty motherfucker. Prince Omo Hawking from Zamunda back in the building. Superman in the building. Chill. Break that navel hair, Mystic. Now I'm playing with you. Yeah, I can't lie. If I'm fucking with you and you pull your shirt off and you got a whole fucking bush that goes from fucking navel to box. You got two choices. Watch me walk out the door or pick up that motherfucking razor. We could work this out, but yeah, I'm cool. Shit, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Told y'all I found YouTube Jesus. I have found serenity. I badmouth no one. I'm just a flamingo flapping his feathers. My cute ass legs. I'm a guy, I can't help it. Oh, I've done that before. Like, no bullshit. I even went to the store and bought the razor. Like, nah, we don't do this where I'm from. You gotta trim that shit down. Shout out to the drug dealing Nigerians. Cheer. Get it how you live it. No, I'm playing. I'm just saying, can you be mad? Like they do got it fucked up over there. Nah, them motherfuckers was making a killing off of glue at one time. I wonder if them motherfuckers are still highly addicted to that shit. See them little kids walking around with glue just hanging from their top lip. Man. Like, now, here's something I didn't understand, right? I'm sitting there listening to that shit on V-Dub's show. And the motherfucker gonna say, her husband an engineer. He work on a boat. And maybe it's just me, but engineers only work on boats nowadays? Like, isn't there everything from mechanical needs to sound needs that needs an engineer? Like, isn't there a top 10 list of the most popular engineers out there in any department that requires an engineer? Like, you know what I've never seen? I've never seen a female leave a person who could have possible net worth at any point of their life for a motherfucker that ain't got shit. Like, I've never seen it. Even if it went from high net worth to low net worth. I've never even seen so much as a female who's been with somebody that can acquire a net worth in the first place, settle for a motherfucker that might end up retiring from Walmart. Like, some motherfuckers really don't know when they're out of their goddamn league. Some motherfuckers don't even know how much of an honor it should be to be able to acquire some of the conversations they've been able to over the years with the foundation that people have set for themselves and their partners with their partners. Like, really think about it. A lot of y'all people would not even so much as pay a second of attention to these motherfuckers if you seen them on the streets, regardless of anything they were talking about. Like, they're not in your education bracket. They're not in your fucking society bracket, your economic bracket. Like, any bracket you throw out there, outside of anything that could be some straight up bullshit, like, no bullshit. That is the only brackets that a lot of the people that you meet can fit in. Full blown bullshit. When you give no fucks and don't mind making a fool of yourself. Like, when that's their only option, yeah, something needs to be changed up. 6 feet, no kids, late 20s, muscle bound, loving and support, and not fighting with YouTube bitches, but they think they win it. Exactly. Like, tell you, man, shit's crazy. That's what I said. These motherfuckers go to battle with females like females don't even go to battle with females. Like, so how do you think I feel as a male who classifies himself as a grown man? How do you think I feel when these motherfuckers come at me bickering and people are sitting there parading to become a bitch nigga and keep a back and forth going with a motherfucker that ain't even so much as gonna stay in the same area if I happen to be in the same as them? Like, no bullshit, Mystic. I don't know how many people seen the humiliation you put on that boy. But even if they missed a roast and only seen one moment where you made him completely bitch up, it told his whole story. Like I said, not once did I hear you say I could come to your house and get you. Not once did I hear you say, oh, I seen you on this block. All I heard you do was say some locations that you knew existed in the state that he resides in. Like I said, he was shaking so bad that you could see it through a camera he wasn't even presenting himself on. That is true signs of a bitch-made male that feels protected by distance. Because as soon as he got shown how small the distance really was between people he's met online, he changed his whole fucking attitude. What did I say the other day? I don't know what the fuck his name is. I just call him Corey because nobody fears anybody named Corey. Every Corey you know got a loose neck. He on some sucker shit. And as soon as you was like, hey Corey, I've been to your state, he showed what I meant. Bitched up instantly. Like, I've only met one person my whole life named Corey that couldn't be punked. And to be completely honest with you, I rocks with the motherfucker, and one of the main reasons is for that, because every other Corey I met, we got one Corey to move out of fucking state. And that motherfucker was the one who brought the guns to the fight. That was one of those stories I said when we got into the shit. Then I went to the house to make a sandwich real quick, came back out, and the motherfucker had a gun pointed at me. And I got mad and was like, nigga, I'm trying to eat my sandwich. Fuck you and that gun, and went on about my business. So, hey, it is what it is. I can't see myself with a continuing fucking back and forth with motherfuckers that, even if we was to see in the physical, they would try to make a scene so they could disappear through the crowd. Like, yeah, that shit's crazy. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's all he could say. Like, dark skin jokes, fat jokes, and shit like that. But you ever notice how he hasn't got real descriptive? You're a female. He won't get as descriptive as more than having body fat. Like, here's a question. When did every female that got encountered on this planet, when did they just automatically become sexy because they were skinny? Like, what's that weird actress name that's married to Brad Pitt? Angelina Jolie, right? At one time in history, she was sexy as fuck. And she had a nice amount of body fat on that motherfucker. And then she got skinny. And she lost every little piece of cuteness she had. And then she got skinnier. And it's like, what the fuck? So, at the end of the day, she is a person that looks better with weight on. Oh, matter of fact, fuck her. Monique. If Monique was to ever slim down to somewhere around my size, she would not be attractive at all. Even if she doesn't have loose skin. She is somebody who is built to be a big girl. And she may not be skinny lady sexy, but she could pull off sexy when she has her weight up. Sexy is not defined by your fucking waistline. Like, I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm from an era where there was a such thing as a take one for the team person. Like, the girls would bring a wildebeest, the guys would bring a nigga that just didn't give a fuck. And make sure that the night went well, and I don't give a fuck nigga paired up with the wildebeest, and everybody surrounded that guy to have a good time. So basically what I'm getting at is, pussy was pussy, as long as it was really a fucking natural born pussy. Like, that's what I'm saying. This shit confuses me. These motherfuckers fight females and run for men. Like, and it doesn't matter how small the feet. Like, these motherfuckers will try to buck up against Miss Prissy, right? Who is a lightweight. And as soon as she smacks them in their bottom lip with the back of her hand, they will never try to buck up to her again. Like, how the fuck is these whole ass niggas trying to be domestic abusers, but they can't even so much as get a splinter without becoming instant bitches? Baby, I was just yelling at you, but yo, come on, yo, get this splinter out of me. That's these YouTube niggas. That's what I say. I ain't trying to say nothing mean about Miss Prissy. I still like to watch her. I just be watching on mute sometimes. But I was just using her size as an example. The biggest nigga could get bitched out by Miss Prissy, who is one of the smallest people you can encounter on here. Right. Now here's something funny though, Mystic Queen, right? From what I gather, one of the reasons he doesn't like me is because of the back and forth I had with Styles, where he's assuming that I pulled up all these files on Styles. I'm fucking with Styles family members. Like, I'm just doing this constant, non-stop forensic evidence gathering of Styles. That's one of his problems that he has with me, from what I was able to gather from the few times he's been over here. But he sat there and tried to do the same exact thing to you on his own panel for hours at a time. And then, including that bullshit, he'll sit there and say, you'll never see Styles. Da da da. Styles. Basically saying me and Styles will never be in the same location. But what I keep on going back to is as soon as you showed him that you knew locations in his city, that motherfucker instantly became a deer in the headlights. Instant, bitch. Like, you could have said, yo, go to the store, buy me and yourself some Kotex. And that motherfucker would have did it with his own money. No relationship. Like, yeah, I don't do that lip smacking shit. I don't lip smack and I don't in the middle of my conversation. We don't thought pop around here. Like, I was raised that when you go to other people's homes and when you go to restaurants, you don't put your elbows on the table, you don't scrape the fork against your teeth, and you damn sure don't smack or talk with your mouth open. At best, if you're going to talk with a full mouth, you better not have that much food in it, and you better take a napkin or place your hand over your mouth, tilt your head down a little bit, and say what you got to say. Like, I don't know where the fuck these motherfuckers was raised, but I wasn't allowed to do that shit. I came from a home that was developed in the same system that almost everybody else here went through. I don't get no silver spoon or golden spoon treatment. Nah, never had that. There's a time to be fucking sophisticated like a motherfucker, and there's a time when you could just kick your feet up and throw your feet up on your couch, turn on some cartoons, and just get disgusting if you want to. It's just a little ice cream on the shirt. I'll wash it later. Yeah, that's what I say. Good show. And what I respect about it, to be completely honest with you, is it's an action-reaction situation. Like, it wasn't you just picking on somebody. Like, I seen the whole shit unfold, and it was a attack on a female for a simple question. A guilty conscience is always going to leak out a dirty little secret. The motherfucker knew he was saying and doing some gay shit, and you question him on it as a female. Something that's supposed to be on his side because he has a dick, I guess. I don't fucking know. But as a female, you questioned his man card. And as you can see, it has a hole in it with the rainbow stamp on the top. Yeah. That's what I say. I don't sit here attacking people for no reason. One of my problems that I have with that sector is they just go around attacking people for no reason at all. And then when somebody finally says something back to them, they spend over a year trying to destroy everything that person's been spending like 5 to 10 years to build. Like I say, I'm just speaking in general. I'm not even speaking for myself. I'm not completely sure. He was just asking about the situation because he was like, he think it was something that could be brushed over and not justified. Not so much as just brushed over. He thinks it's something that could be fixed, a misunderstanding that just carried over to something it shouldn't have. That's what I say. He wasn't in here talking no kind of shit or anything. He was just like, he was on the panel, and from what he was told, it didn't seem like something that should have even happened in the first place. Yeah, I think he did the right move. He came to the source of where it all started. And like I said, I didn't tell him shit. I let him see for his own self. I was like, it'll be way easier for me to just put it on the screen. That way can't nobody be like, oh, well, Slap said this. Okay, I think I gave my opinion on it. My fault, I'm high. But outside that, it wasn't nothing more than just a quick, this is what went down. Here's a video to go with it. TMZ Slap. But no, I feel you on that, mister. See, that's something that these people don't understand with this shit. They come off real sideways, real disrespectful, try to disrespect even your card as a female, as a grown-ass woman who established herself in this fucked up society to be something. Like, they disrespect that card and expect, because they be like, oh, you know, I apologize for this, for everything to be just water under the bridge, and it doesn't apply with everybody like that. You have to gather a certain fucking source of respect before you can fly off the fucking rails with certain people, well, with just about anybody. If the respect ain't there and you just flying off the rails, then it's just gonna continue to be fuck you. I didn't even really fuck with you in the first place. I need to go buy another lighter. But yeah, I'm still smoking the same blunts I had, yo. I'm all nice and high. It's almost done.
Yeah, so Mr. Quake over there and she's lying. Okay, so that's her. She's fucking lying, bitch, you lying. We sat there for like 10, 15 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? Both of us kept clicking the link and it was an invalid link, so either one of us could pop on the panel. That's first and foremost. Nah, don't ban him. Tom, don't ban him, bro. Don't block him. I'm gonna unban him. Don't. You can put him in timeout if you want to. Don't ban him. But yeah, we both sat there and he put out like he put out more than several links. The nigga put out like 6, 7 links.
So when he was here, I paused it, right? This was when Action Jackson was here, right? This was the night this shit all started unfolding. But when Action Jackson was here, he was asking about that. And like I said, I didn't want to spread no story, so I was like, oh, let me just pull it up so you see for yourself. So what I did was pulled up this video here where he was talking about that bullshit that he was trying to lie about. So I went back to the chat where he comes in the chat and he says, nigga shoulders look like coat hangers, scrawny ass nigga. And then you was like, cool Keith. And then there you go right there. He was like, what the fuck? LJ, why are you here roasting? With question marks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would just show them motherfuckers, bam, this is what the fuck it was. She ain't do nothing wrong. Like, he came out of nowhere with it. You even got to see, I had to scroll down to find the motherfucking comments. I scrolled right past it and was just like, yeah, that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. Nigga did some hoe shit. Like, full live hoe shit.
I'm not even married, so stop whining to see my girl looks better than you. I look better than your man. That's the motherfucking fact. Maybe you can ask the female. The fuck
like,
you a fat country bitch.
And that's all she said. This nigga must know that we don't know what his girl look like, or his wife look like. Oh no, you ain't even say wife. You said his bitch.
Nah, don't block the Bitcoin. Talk about people. Okay. Talk about people. Well, how the fuck do any person who knows this broke is victim on in LA? How the fuck do you know that I got a my bank account? How the fuck do you know that I did? Fuck you talking about?
Like, and see, this is one of those moments where he's going through something that he tries to put other people through.
You understand what
See how much of a complaint it is when he goes through the bullshit?
with fat is your husband looks like gorilla black, big black,
Like,
bully,
yeah, that's when, like, the motherfucker is just
it's not the motherfucker. It's
gay as fuck.
big dusty dingy motherfucker. Come and lip smack the motherfucker. And that's why J Life Bank Block said what she did about you, because it was truthful in the sense. But I never had an issue with the bitch until today. She talking about the motherfucker, why the fuck you go here, man? Well, bitch, I think the motherfucker.
Oh, it's not just the sound. That motherfucker feminine as hell. Like, that motherfucker is like that. What's that, Lil Yachty or whatever? That nigga that had that pistol, not that pistol, that big ass gun in his motherfucking mouth on the Instagram. Letting you know where rap went wrong in fucking today's times. Peace. So yeah, Mr. Cool. Feel free to hit the rewind button and use this if you need to.
I just told you a musty ass that I don't have my fucking laptop, dog. I just told you that. I'm on my iPhone, bitch. To get the message clear. Once that fucking link wasn't dropping, it is. I'm not going to keep making videos with Instagram. This ain't going to be no back and forth shit. I never had a problem with Shorty. I just shouted her out in my seafood water video because I was using open and I know she deep in the country and then we use shit. Somebody come to the motherfucking chat that's not even real chat and say something to the whole question why someone's saying something. And you got the audacity to talk. When you married Mighty Joe Young, but that's the truth right along with the nigga that looks like Mighty Joe Young. That's the real something bitch you married. Young looking gorilla. That nigga that's the ugly little nigga right there. I'm sorry. Say what you want to say. That's an ugly little nigga. I know your mother was chicken. Black, come over here, blonde hair or nothing. You bigger than me. Just drop your shit and what happened? Remember? You the big dog. You a vet. But, yeah, so, Mr. Queen over there, and she's lying. Okay, so that's her. She's fucking lying, bitch. You lying. We sat there for like
Julius in the building.
You feel what I'm saying? Both of us kept clicking the link, and it was an invalid link to either one of us. Neither one of us could hop on the panel. That's first and foremost.
Over here, let my audience see a whole ass nigga lie real quick. Cat A in the building.
Don't you put them in time out if you want to. But yeah, we both sat there, and he put like this nigga he put out more than several links. The nigga put out like 6, 7 links.
Yeah, I just wanted y'all to see that real quick. Like, ain't that crazy? How his story don't match up to the actual evidence that was presented on the screen, but he's the one gathering forensic files on motherfuckers. See why I don't be sitting here trying to go back and forth with him? That's what I said. If you a man and you see niggas doing feminine shit, how you feel about the crowd trying to get you to constantly engage in that bullshit? It's like the audience is like, hey, yo, you know that man card you had in your pocket all these years? Oh, we just want to hold that for a while. We ain't gonna put no rainbows on it. We just want to hold it for a little while. Nigga, you don't give up your man card. That's like handing over your social. Better leave that motherfucker right where it's at. Shoot. I'm just saying, there's a bitch niggas everywhere, Julius. You see it. Everybody see it. Motherfuckers are trying to justify this shit. And as soon as you bring up there's an agenda going on to break up the family, motherfuckers think they got a good talking point, not realizing they the same motherfuckers doing so. No respectable black woman wants to deal with any black man that'll constantly bash any woman, regardless of what shade of fucking color her skin is of the black fucking race. and you see everybody from the darkest to the lightest get fucking shit on just because of their fucking skin tone. And then we're in an obese motherfucking country, like literally in an obese motherfucking country, where the average is everyone's overweight. But they even want to go and try to fuck what was at one time a sensible issue to females. Their waistline, their weight, how many lumps they got. So, like I said, no respectable black woman even bats an eye at people like that. That's why when it comes to the respectable women that come here, regardless of how many times they fuck up, I try my best to hold my tongue until it gets to the point where they're just like, oh no, you got consecutive ratchet bitch presented. Let me try to nip this in the bud real quick, because I could either stop this or let this be somebody else's problem. But I'm cool with you for the most part, so let me try at least. Motherfuckers, yeah, you right. Motherfuckers damn sure hate women. There you go. You got to see a prime example of it. They hate them to the point they're willing to lie. They're willing to start a show, gather a quick audience, and lie on a female. Like, think about this, right? When there's a few dudes in the conversation, I always maintain a mutual conversation. When there's females in this motherfucker, though, I change it up slightly. There's a difference there. You treat the women different from when you treat the men. And when there's women in here, it's always a way smaller number. But I get to just, say shit that ain't gonna cause no kind of drama. Now, the shit that these motherfuckers are doing, they're doing for majority male audiences. So it's like, in the same fashion that I talk to the females sometimes to get a reaction, they're doing this shit with men on a scale of trying to publicly humiliate a female. Like, there's something terribly wrong there. And that was that gay nigga, the weed watcher, attacking Mystic Queen because he just don't know better. Because he claims to love pussy but can never prove it. I just felt it was only fair, since I showed Action Jackson that same video. It was only fair to show Mr. Queen exactly what I showed him, so she could see. Ain't no reason to talk about what's already caught on video. I be doing shit. That motherfucker went live when I was live, so all I did was muted it so I could pick that shit up and kept my show going. Like, yeah, he gonna be Clifton Rainey someday. A victim to everybody. To the point where it starts manipulating his life, his work life, his haircuts and all that shit. Like, you gotta be built from a certain cloth to be in the roast arena. Like, I'm not even gonna sit there and act like he's from that cloth. He's not of the same cloth as Lamar and Vic, and I would even say Mills. Like, he's that wannabe cloth. He's that Payless cloth. I mean, not Payless. He's that dollar store cloth. Where these niggas is at least at a bodega. Like, shit's sad. That's what I'm saying. Their goal is to be the most destructive person that you came across while trying to be funny in between. Not just trying to be funny and going at people that they can make a material. They just want to be destructive and try to be funny in between their destruction. That's what I'm saying. Doing some fucked up shit is never justified. Like, okay, we'll do it like this, right? Blowing up the towers cannot be justified in any way. Nor can blowing up a country because they blew up your towers. Two wrongs are not going to make a right for shit. I can understand shit happens and you do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, How do you fix a problem by causing the same or worse destruction that was caused in the first place? Or any at all? Like, I don't know the solution to a lot of the problems that are presented, but there's always an alternate way instead of the quickest, most destructive way. Like, some gun owners, right? Some gun owners know who they are. And they know they like to go out, drink, party, have fun, right? So what they'll do is they'll leave their gun at home. Even though they're licensed to carry it, they won't even so much as put it in their trunk depending on where they're going, right? And then while they're at whatever event they're at, they'll get into an altercation. And because they know who they are, they may go leave and they may go and get their gun. And the reason that they leave it at home is because in the distance that it usually takes for you to get from anywhere to any other location, you're by yourself, nobody's in your ear, and your thought process is going crazy to the point where you got good and bad thoughts going. But by the time you reach that gun, you're not even going to be thinking about trying to go back to shoot the motherfucker that started in the first place. As always, it's not in every case. The responsible gun owners know who the fuck they are. That's how they handle situations like that. You can look it up and you'll hear countless stories just like that, different events. And a lot of them come to the same conclusion. If I take it to my gun and am reckless enough to go back and take a life over an altercation that I was able to walk away from in the first place, then I deserve to be prosecuted, processed in some way, because I shouldn't be endangering any lives recklessly like that, especially in a social event. Not their exact words, but always something similar based on that. Hopefully people heard what I said. Responsible gun owners. Not these hooligans that's running around just like, oh, nigga, you talking about me on Twitter? Nah, not them niggas. Fuck them niggas. Whatever happens to them, yeah, it's just kind of like, fuck them niggas. Because even with them, not every case, sometimes you just got to live by the gun because of the society that's around you. I understand that. But these reckless motherfuckers that are doing shit for stupid fucking reasons, fuck them niggas. I don't care what color you are. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I've raised the complaint before. There's always some kind of negative energy floating around. I could get one of those little flowers that you pick up and just blow out, and all the white shit just flies through the air. I forget what the fuck them things is called. And somebody will come through to shit on that fucking shining moment. Like, it could bring me the ultimate joy, like bubbles to a little kid for no reason at all. And somebody would be like, you know, if you inhale one of those, you can die, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't care. This was about happiness. Like, why the fuck do you have to rain on the parade, even if it's in the fucking, yeah, dandelions. Even if it's in the slightest. That's what I'm saying. It's always some type of negative energy there. Then when it's being manipulated by the media and you got a whole bunch of reckless motherfuckers that think bad shit is the best thing to do ever, not thinking that there's a future waiting for them. Like, you know, you get surrounded by stupid shit all the fucking time. Like, there's no reason for a place like even so much as a roast arena to exist in the fashion that it's being presented. No reason at all. I'm not saying one shouldn't exist at all, but if you got a whole bunch of jokes, like if these people could stand up here, like even so much as the lowest comedian at the Laugh Factory, that's just on stage, they got their own set, and they got some jokes that apply to people, but they're actually funny. They're not some life-altering jokes that make you want to change your whole lifestyle or social media experience. Like, that would be one thing. But the fishing for information and trying to humiliate people, trying to humiliate their kids, alternate family members, doing like myself and going to the graves and like, hey, fuck these people, so I'm going to use this too. Like, shit's too much. Like, a place like this shouldn't exist. Like, saying everybody had their hand in it. I decided to take my hand out and at least try to change up some. Right. Oh man, it is fun to say mean things to people you give no fucks about because you already classified them as animals. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and deny that. I have a field day doing this shit. But at the end of the day, it's not right. Now, if you manipulate it the right way, anybody here could get traction. And at the end of the day, I got the most traction when I was doing the most fuck shit that people wanted to manipulate. Like, imagine if this shit would have grown and grown and grown to something way bigger than what it was able to maximize at. Like, like that would have been shitty. That's what I'm saying. Like, negative energy sexy as fuck, and to a younger generation that could see something fun in this shit. We're kind of paving the wrong path for these little motherfuckers. Just saying. Nobody gonna let their kids watch none of this shit. But in some cases, they'll go as far as letting their kids watch an old school roast or Richard Pryor or something. Except Lucha Miller 202. I could dig it. Yeah. Whole shit though. It's fucked up. At the end of the day, motherfuckers want to test their hand at comedy. They got the perfect audience to do so with. But to know motherfuckers' criminal records and who their exes and spouses were, weird sex tapes that pop up of men, dick pics that pop up of men that search for both those sex tapes or dick pic. Like, nah, this ain't a world that I fucks with. Like, so I say, to a younger audience, damn, that just came out not full nostril. To a younger audience, there you go, that sounds better. They see older people doing this shit. And I don't know how young the age range goes, but they see older people doing this shit. And they see all this dick sucking shit being said and all this other gay shit that's taking place. And it's not so much okay, but it's justified in their head because they're seeing the older generations do it. Like, whether you're good or bad, you're setting a mold for somebody out there. Let's be real about it. Like, nobody's going to want to take responsibility for the worst shit that could possibly happen on YouTube, even if it's because of the foundation that they laid out here. Like, it's a matter of time before somebody actually gets so much as a slap on the wrist style criminal case from this shit that'll have motherfuckers so much as shutting down their whole pages and accounts and shit like this. Like, one of the scariest thing I think for a lot of people would be if YouTube made it where you had to wait a week or two for your account to be fully deleted off their platform. Like, I think that would change the conversations that take place here because people wouldn't be so quick to get away. Christ Council in the building. Yo, I saw your video on fucking Instagram. You a fool, nigga. When you get ready to go to work and then bam, this motherfucker outside in some shorts, some fucking flip-flops and a jacket. You stupid. But yeah. Like, I don't know what these people been through in life, but I've really been through situations where once you're caught, you're caught. Like, you can't say you wasn't doing it because they could make like a stop motion film of you walking into wherever it was they wanted. Like, so it's just like, for all the shit I've done, I'm not going to sit here and deny for that reason alone. If there's ever a situation where it becomes crunch time, it's just like, damn, that's there. Like, there's only so much denying you could do before you see yourself in motion. So even still to this day, I just sit here and go back and forth when they start making shit up. As far as anything that's been done, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like my memory is 100%. I do forget some shit. Asking people to present the evidence that goes with it. But hey, if there ain't no evidence, and I don't know what you're talking about, nobody else knows what the fuck you talking about, I'm not gonna let you lie on my name. Like, I got like 12 different names, and all of them motherfuckers is fresh. None of them names is known to be on some bitch shit. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna play that fucking game with you. I keep on saying I'm leaving. I'm gonna smoke me another Blizz. Told you, I just like the weed where I could smoke 4 Blizzes and not be a motherfucking zombie. So I'm going for Blizz number 4 real quick before I actually take my leave. But I am leaving because I'm not gonna sit here for 8 hours. I'm not gonna sit here for 8 hours in this city. It may be a collective 8 hours, but I got some prime masturbating waiting for me. Fuck that. I generated me some free coins. I can make them chatubate bitches do spins and shit. Yeah, you better act like y'all know. Can't be free. No, I'm lying. I couldn't find one of them generators. I did look for one, but I couldn't find one, so I was just like, oh, well, them bitches ain't getting no dollars out of me. Fair play in the building. Shit. But, oh, I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I don't be watching all kinds of shit. I don't know how many years I've been sitting here telling y'all my favorite place to look at porn was Tumblr. But that is still to this day the leading place that I'll go and be like, hey, I could just scroll down the wall and look at these motherfuckers. I don't even call all of them bitches. Some of them I'll talk to. Like, yeah, you know, picture number 348? Yeah, that shit was cracking. You should take some more like that. You know how to really arch yourself in that motherfucker. So, yeah. Oh man, did I ever tell you about that bad experience with the escort that only had one titty, like a fucked up one leg and a stank attitude? Like, she was just all not finished and thought she was a bad bitch. That's when I knew the South was different. But yeah, as far as them strippers go, yeah, I will have the illest conversation with the motherfuckers. I can't help it. I like their confidence. Like, you're willing to just bear all just because you're comfortable doing it. And then you're just doing it to do it in some cases. You just happen to be nice enough to provide the world with enjoyment. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't be on that motherfucker looking for bitches taking horse-style dildos or nothing like that. Like, the less objects you have sticking out your body, in my opinion, the better. Like, I don't want to be the cameraman for a show photo shoot and you doing weird shit like that. Like, that's not appealing to me. Like the squirting phenomenon. First time I ever seen that, I was a little fucking kid. Trying to figure out why all them men were surrounded by a woman who was pissing across a room. It's called squirting. Watching a bitch piss across a room? Like, yeah, fuck that. I'm sure that line has never worked in the history of trying to get some ass. Like, the easiest line ever that I used that worked, and I was even surprised, was at one of the college dorms with one of the females I used to deal with. When you're sitting there, and we was just bored as fuck, and her roommate already fell asleep, so I finally was just like, so, wanna fuck? And it worked. Like, that's exactly how I said it. So, sometimes you just gotta try. Keep it simple and hope for the best. I can't lie, fair play. I was trying to figure that one out. I was like, did he just call himself a cat? Like, I know he didn't just say sibling, soft kitty, pretty kitty, sassy. But alright, you corrected it. Singing, soft kitty, pretty kitty, at sassy. Thank you for that correction. Because, I was like, is this nigga calling himself a pussy now? No disrespect intended. Oh, man. I'm high. I was like, no, we lost fair play. He's having a moment like these guys that'll sit on my panel and meow like a fucking cat. Like, no, don't do it. I was just talking about Tumblr and got an alert from it. Told you that place is like magic. It's listening to me. It's like, come, look at these titties. They're amazing. She has half a Game Boy outfit on. Her nipples are buttons. No, I'm playing. I really did get an alert though. But yeah, my fault, bros. I'm gonna blame it on the weed. Not on the same thought process as I was not too long ago. But even you can prevent forest fires. Unless you in Cali, you assed out. You better not even so much as smoke anything and throw that fucking cherry out the window. Oh man, you will kill thousands. Fuck that. Oh man. Hey yo, what would you do, Ray? What would you do if you was just riding? Are you sitting there, you smoking a blizz? You don't want to keep the blizz in your car because you don't want the back or the smell that comes after. That real fucking strong weed smell that comes when you just let it burn out on its own. So what if you throw that motherfucker out and you still cruising this shit? And the next time you look in your fucking rear view mirror, flames are coming at the back of your vehicle in a similar fashion as a wave of fire. If you got out of that, would you let anybody know you was the cause of that motherfucker? He said I've always equated skunk spray. My fault, squirted skunk spray though. Oh man. Nah, I can feel you on that, especially if you got more of them. In the city, we don't got that many skunks. They come, but well, they came more now that shit's being rebuilt than any time ever. But oh man, I would have a hell of a story if they even caught me just driving in the area with cameras. I just know they would never know what the fuck took place. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was just driving, listening to Barry Manilow. Next thing I know, I was freaking wave of fire. I was like, gee willikers, hit the gas. Paint was just falling off my car. It was a UFO. It's like, I will save you. And then when I woke up, I was at home. Guilty. Like, oh, motherfucker. That is nasty as fuck. Shout out to all the dudes that keep bacteria cream in case her puss look like Morgan Freeman face. That's fucked up. That is disgusting. You better just walk away. Nah, yeah, for real though. That's what I say. You can keep that squirting shit all to your motherfucking self. Let me find out on accident. Like, let it be something that you can't control. Not some shit that you could shoot into a bucket from the top of my bedpost. Right. The world has become a weird and strange place. I got gummy worms. Haha, shout out to gummy worms. Oh, fuck. I just saw a bubble. My apologies. I'm glad that doesn't happen all the time. Yeah, for those who don't understand what I was saying. I'll be sitting here talking to people, right? We'll be in a full-blown conversation, and then somebody will just say, like, the stupidest shit ever or something that doesn't even fit, and that will stop the conversation abruptly. So I'll be like, I hate talking to motherfuckers that when you're talking to them, they're easily distracted by somebody blowing bubbles. Like, they'll be in the middle of anything they're saying, they're like, ooh, bubbles! And yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's just what happened with me. I'm over here. I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Seen I had some fucking gummy worms on the desk, and now I'm eating gummy worms. I'm gonna spark my blizzard in a minute. Yep, exactly. I'm not gonna lie though, right? It took me a while to process that sentence because I didn't want to refer to myself as a dog. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say though. I was like a dog that just seen a squirrel running by. But yeah. I was like, no, I can use the bubbles. I always say bubbles. High thoughts. If you get stoned, you're just gonna burn your life away. Yeah, right. Not be processing thought, then reprocessing thought. Fucking add halfway through the fucking statement sometimes. Like, I hate when I be so high that I could realize the amount of stupid shit that I be saying. I'll be so high that I'll be on autopilot and it's just like some straight discombobulated statement that comes out of my mouth and there's no way to make any logical sense of it, and I know it's completely off the rail fucking stupid and can't stop myself, and I be in my head like, no, compose, and it's just like, too late, nigga, haha, got you. Like, damn it. So, yeah. Sometimes you just be in your own world. But I missed it. You be safe out there. I'll get with you later. Yeah, after this Blizz, I'm really gonna take my leave. I'm really gonna go make me something to eat. Told you there's some video games that need playing. But yeah, lighters up. Shout out to all the side chicks that accept the brush over crowd. Fans, but stupid as fuck, man. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. It's always a good unexpected laugh. The J light is up. I was getting ready to say something else and just completely forgot. Oh yeah, Trish. Like, believe it or not, right? I could even screenshot it to you and send it to you with the original text at this very moment if you don't believe it, but I don't think you have a reason to think I would lie. But I responded to your text message, right? And still, inside my messages, there's an unsent text just sitting there, waiting for the send button to go. I don't know how I keep on doing that, but I damn sure don't send no messages. But yeah, I was expecting Seal to end up under that bus. It's too big of a name for him to say she's a hypocrite publicly. Like, he's not a comedian. He doesn't get to jump out the window. He didn't make it funny. Sounded like he was attacking her. So I was like, I think he got that phone call where it was like, yo, fuck is wrong with you? Oh, this how you trying to paint me up to be? Watch this. And now look at him. Like, basically, who's the hypocrite now? One of those type situations. Now, all of a sudden, his neighbor got groped by him. So, yep. I'm sure everybody did. Like, come on now. Does that look like a nigga that's just gonna be groping titties? Or does that look like a nigga that knew? Maybe I should get some fame before I even try to talk to a female. No, I'm playing. Oh man, I'm just talking shit. But yep, I seen that, and I was just like, damn, Sale. They're gonna take away the fame you got from that song you did for Batman. Bet you looking for a kiss from a rose right now. This nigga said, shout out to all the males. Shout out to all the dudes that watch Little House on the Prairie while eating cereal laying on their stomach. LJ.
Hey, yo. Motherfucker is really just sitting there eating a block of government cheese. As much shit as black people get for the ghetto shit they be doing, this motherfucker is eating cheese. A block of motherfucking cheese.
I gotta do that more often.
Oil around it. It's like he had it.
Right, I keep on uploading videos to Top Buzz. And then I just forget about them because it's Top Buzz. And they get way more views than I get on YouTube. Like, a lot of them get rejected because they're too sensible. But when I tell it to the face, the cheese video, that made it. The white woman with the gorilla, that didn't make it. Neither did, can anyone explain this with them weird Africans. One of my videos got rejected simply for the name of the video game. I got the shooting game where you're some hillbilly on a yacht named Dick Wilde. And because the name of the game is Dick Wilde, and I put that in the title, they censored it. So that's what I mean about their censors. It's just a little too much. That's one of the reasons I just kind of forget about it. But all in all, it's slowly just accumulating a couple dollars. Shit. Would you? Like, if I was any kind of celebrity, I wouldn't deal with nobody. Nobody I don't got a history with. In today's times, fuck that. Like, I got to deal with somebody that knows who the fuck I am, and I know who the fuck they are, because I ain't dealing with none of this celebrity bullshit coming out. That's what I'm saying. That Aziz dude, Aziz Ansari, he got a bad deal. He was getting criticized for a bad date night. Like, even her story let you know it was just a bad date night. Shit was going on. She mumbling and shit, not saying no, but getting her pussy licked. I think when it was time to return the favor, then she started feeling weird. Unless I read the wrong story. That's what I'm saying. Sounds like something that started out as a meetup at a party. And then they exchanged numbers. They talked, got a little sexual in the messages, finally went out on a date, probably had sexual tension between them, called it a short date night, went back to the crib or wherever they was going. You know, tried to hit it off and it just didn't work out. Like, story like that shouldn't come out about somebody who was trying to help your cause or help the cause of people of your stature. Like, that is bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't catch me with a Me Too pin on. Not because I'm guilty of any kind of shit, because, like, anything could be said and then you could be judged and they're even going to get on you for having a pin on in the first place. Like, these people are hurting their own cause. Keep on letting the wrong people get in that shit. Like certain things done, it's really just men being the perverted men they are. In some cases. Not this over the top shit. But like some of the ways that men talk to females is just, that's their mind state. At one time, it wasn't classified as anything more than a perverted mind speaking. Like walking into a room of men talking about sexual shit on females. As the female there, it's just like like that used to be something that was normal, I guess you would say. Like, it's gonna reach a time where you can't even so much as hand your homie a Playboy magazine. Even that's gonna be frowned upon. Like, the women that star in those magazines get shit on, and the women who don't star in them shit on the women that's in there alongside of some weird man. Like, all in all, I try to understand where people come from with their arguments of people being ass naked and putting their pictures out there for the world to see. I really do try to, but one of the reasons I can't is because I've been involved in photography my whole life. So, through the camera lens is a way different world than anything that I'm viewing right now or just when I'm just free roaming with no kind of technology with me. Like, to be completely honest with you, the ugliest thing behind the camera becomes the cameraman's job to make beautiful in some cases. So that's the best example as I could say. I can't see it the same way that other people see it. And then just being an open-minded person, it's just like everybody got their own reasons and their own comfortability levels. So shit. It's sad that people would really go through that process and be highly upset at what they see. Like, I ain't gonna lie. There's some parts of life that even as a parent, you're not even supposed to know about. From the good decisions that your child makes to the most devastating ones. There are just some things that you're not supposed to know about. Like, one of the best things in the world is finding out through a third party that you sometimes even barely know about a grown-up decision that your child made to make sure that everybody who would have been affected by it got to go home and sleep in their own beds that night. That's why I'm not for the monitoring of children and, like you just said, the GPS trackers and shit, the new society that's being laid out there. Right. Nope. I'm good with all that. But any which way though, I successfully smoked all the blizzards that I wanted to smoke without becoming a zombie because I'm not paying more for less. And I'm gonna go make me some food that I can eat now and get lazy and not want to cook later. And then flamingo like bitches. So on that note, Peace Holla 1. I'm out.